This video is brought to you by Class A, Canada's premier brand of high-performance amplification and electronics. Hey, Andrew Dash for Audioholics, and I'm proud to find at least a couple products that are finally bigger than I am. If you're on the market for a subwoofer and you don't know the name SVS, well, welcome to the internet. SVS made their name with low-cost cylindrical subs and have maintained their reputation for having a high performance-to-cost ratio. They've recently revamped their NSD line, and we couldn't wait to take a look at their new offerings. These are the two subs in the new 2000 series, the PB-2000 and the SB-2000. The P stands for ported and the S for sealed. There are a couple of reasons why you might want one over the other, but for now, we're going to just push that off and talk about the similarities of these two subwoofers. Basically, SVS developed their new Sledge amp, a 500-watt monstrosity that can pump out 1100 watts dynamically. It has DSP that SVS says will ensure accurate response and refined behavior under all operating conditions. Basically, this makes these SVS subwoofers nearly bulletproof. You literally can't overdrive these subs. The DSP will make sure that nothing breaks. Now, that doesn't really account for what's in your room. I mean, that could be totally shattered. Really, that's your problem, though, so we're moving on. SVS looked at this new amp, and they did decide that none of their already impressive drivers would do. Instead, they went through nearly 20 prototypes before settling on a new 12-inch Series 2000 driver. Featuring dual high-grade ferrite magnets, an extended pole piece for improved thermal management, and a 2-inch voice coil, the Series 2000 driver is the absolute pinnacle that SVS could produce. So what does this mean for the two Series 2000 subwoofers? Well, they put the same amp and driver into each one. The only difference between the two is the type of enclosure. While we normally see ported designs costing less, the PB-2000 runs a little more because of the cost of the materials and the free shipping. The question you need to ask yourself when you're looking at this series is, what is the size of my room? If you have a large room and need a lot of output, then the ported PB-2000 is going to be the one you want. If you have a smaller room, then you're going to want to look at the SB-2000 as a good option. If you head over to Audioholics.com, you'll see the actual measurements, but we gave the PB-2000 a Bassaholic large room rating, something over 3,000 cubic feet, and the SB-2000 received a Bassaholic medium room rating, meaning they can slam a room that's up to 2,000 cubic feet in volume at reference level. Of course, the amount of output isn't the only difference between these two subs. The larger PB-2000 has a bit more low extension, dropping down to a bone-rattling 17 hertz. But lest you think the SB-2000 is a slouch, its sealed enclosure will provide a more than respectable 19 hertz. The output differences, however, are pretty significant. Expect the ported PB-2000 to play about 10 dB louder below 30 hertz. The SVS subs really are all about performance. The vinyl wrap on the enclosure is acceptable, nothing too impressive for your significant other. I've never really been a fan of SVS's new curved grills. They certainly are unique. The subs also come with the small conical rubber feet on the bottom. The size difference between the two subs is pretty striking. The smaller SB-2000 is essentially a 14-inch cube, while the PB-2000 is, well, it's massive. We highly recommend you build yourself a cardboard model of the PB-2000 if you're thinking about putting it into your living room. Of course, SVS has provided a hassle-free in-home trial for some time. Currently, they'll let you test out your new sub for 45 days and even pay shipping both ways if you're not happy. However, other than a heart attack over the size, if you get the ported model, we don't really see a reason why you shouldn't be happy with your purchase. The new driver amp combination in the 2000 series subs is just amazing. We tested them with everything from music to movies, and they never failed to impress. The mark of a good sub is not just the extension and the output, but also the ability to disappear into the performance. And the SVS 2000 series subs did just that. However, when bass was needed, both subwoofers were more than up to the task. Clean and clear, these subs were able to shake my pant legs in the medium-sized home theater, and they can provide bass that will hit you in the chest one moment and then disappear into the musical score the next. The fact that these subs only cost $700 for the SB-2000 and $800 for the PB-2000 is incredible. For the best bass, we always recommend running two subs. SVS believes the same thing, and they offer discounts right on their website. No haggling needed. If you want to find out more about SVS and the 2000 series subs, our friends over at AV Rant did an interview with Gary Yakubian, the president of SVS. So head over there and check that out. And while you're at it, visit Audioholics and sign up for our newsletter to get our free 2014 Top Picks AV Gear Guide.